Good day, viewers. Welcome to the Cerveza Brothers. We are two white men, one gay, one straight. We do not fight, but we like to give our opinions, and we watch.
See,
See,
that's what we do.
that's right, because it's Cerveza. Yeah. Even though I'm drinking Jamaican beer. All right, but
there's a lot going on in the UFC. We got to talk about it.
What we do, because it's the one thing that we share as brothers. We do like to watch fights. Something about the violence. I don't know. It's a good morning for me. It makes me feel alive. Dean lives in Asia. He watches in the morning. I'm in Hawaii.
Something about having money on a fight.
Something about having money. Something because it's just one guy you're betting. You're just betting on one cat. Yeah.
The quarterback's not necessarily going to get injured at the last second.
So where do you want to start, man? Where are we going to take these people?
Well, I think the latest thing that people are talking about is Max Holloway's next fight against Volkanovski, right?
3.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's been. See, here's what I don't get. Volkanovski's won both times. Right?
Have you seen both fights, though?
Yes, I know. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
No, they're not. Look, Volkanovski dominated him the first time.
Yeah.
Max, I watched the second. I've only watched it once. I thought Max won 3-2. I thought he won the first 3 rounds. Volkanovski. I thought it wasn't super clear cut, but it was a split. I thought Max won. That was 3-2. Max has killed everybody else. I mean, what do you do going in against somebody you've lost to twice?
Look, here's the deal. Max Holloway there was a time when he was the man, where he was the guy. You remember when he was the up and comer?
No, look, Max is still he's like 28.
I don't know.
He's in his prime.
Yeah, but he went down for a while. You remember?
Let me tell you the strategic difference. But Max is like 5'10". Volkanovski is 5'6". You know, Volkanovski used to walk around at 215. 215 muscle playing rugby.
Wow.
So the muscle memory is there. He's 145 now. He's stronger than anyone else in that division. Max has to use his distance, but you're dealing with the guy's much stronger than you. I'm not sure what Max does. I don't know, because he's not going to be able to outmuscle him. I don't know what he does.
I feel like Volkanovski is, and mentally, he's just a hardcore dude. You can't break this man, you know?
He's a rugby player, and he's fighting at 145. This is nothing to him. He breaks these guys all day. Yeah.
And I think that I've always thought that Max had something, like he's clearly got the gladiator in him, but I also feel like he's not a very bright guy.
He's
horny.
Yeah.
And I feel like that his fight IQ isn't where it needs to be. You know?
Who are we talking to? Max?
Max.
Really?
That's why Volkanovski's won. And that's what I believe, man. And I've seen Volkanovski fight people other than Max.
In my mind, Max is champ right now. So this third one is pretty. Right. Look, if you lose to someone 3 times, you never recovered from that. I mean, 2 maybe, I don't know. That's even bad enough. But to me, it's 1-1. This decides everything. I don't know what he does. I would beef up if I was Max. I'd add a little bit of muscle, man. I don't know.
Into him. Just not that into him.
He's well-rounded. I don't know, man.
Well, I think that it'll be a good fight. And you know the other one on that card, right? Mr. Jan coming back. Jan and the other dude. What's his name?
Sterling.
Aljamain. Remember that fucking fight?
Yeah.
That was I remember the fucking weirdness of that fight. I will always remember just from the ending where the guy's crying like, "Oh, I don't deserve this," and then he's like, "No, I totally deserve this, actually." You know, it was
disgraceful. It was unbelievably disgraceful. You go into that fight thinking, man, this is gonna be a good fight. Jan, to me, he's the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC right now. That guy kicks, punch. He's tough. He's fucking a little Russian fucking warrior. He whooped the shit out of Aljamain Sterling. He knees him on the ground, and it's very apparent it's an acting job. It's like, where am I? Oh, you give him the title. Oh, I don't deserve it. Throws it down, picks it up. He has an after party afterwards with his family. He does fucking photo shoots with Henry Cejudo. This is going to be the next fight. He's wearing it around like he's the champ. You're doing everything wrong, man. Nobody respects you. Everybody knows that you fake. I can't imagine. How could you be a champion through disqualification? Like a true champion that want to fight via disqualification, say, give me the rematch. Put it up right now. Get this done as soon as possible. He ducks out of the rematch with this guy. He says, oh, my neck hurts. And fucking Jan beats the shit out of some other guy. And now they're fighting. Like, this guy has milked it for a year, Dean. A year.
I think we're going to see a crucifixion.
I hope so. I hope so.
So
I got no tolerance for champions like this, man.
Can I also say that if you are in any way associated with Henry Cejudo, you're probably a scumbag. Let me tell you, as a short dude, I find Henry Cejudo offensive. Whoa. I hate this man. I just think I think he gives like Napoleon complex a whole new meaning. They should call it Cejudo complex. This guy, he goes around like he's the greatest of all time. Like, I'm in the talk for the GOAT. I am the GOAT. You know, like all this sort of shit. He's fighting tiny people in his tiny little weight class. And he's got the biggest fucking ego I have ever seen on a fighter. And you know what makes it worse of all? He tries to act like he's a pretty boy. He's not pretty.
He's got a terrible hairdo. He's got a terrible hairdo.
Ugly dude.
Yeah, well, look, he retired, and then Dana White was like, "Oh, you retiring? Yeah, it's fine with me."
Yeah,
it's just like, let's just forget about this motherfucker as quick as possible, man. Shit.
He hangs out with fucking that black dude, and he's trouble guy. And I don't like Hey, Chase.
Yeah.
You there?
I'm here. I lost you for a second, man.
Oh, sorry, brother. Yeah. Anyways, Henry Cejudo, bad news, man. Definitely bad.
So here's the other one. Who do you get? Khamzat 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 Chimaev. Who does he fight next, man? That's the question.
Well, he needs a big name. He deserves it. Come on, he's fucking just taking out everybody.
Have you ever seen somebody with this type of momentum? I mean, it truly is like a tidal wave. This guy's been punched like twice.
Yeah.
I mean, he destroyed a guy in the top 10 in like 40 seconds. It is incredible how this guy fights, man.
He's the future. He's the future. And he needs a test. A real fucking test.
See, I don't know what they're doing here. It's like they want a slow player. Do you want to go? To me, you fight one other guy, you have him beat him, and then you have him fight Usman. And that's just so much money. That's money making. It's money making. Because this Khamzat guy, whatever his name is, I think he wins against Burns, against Luke, who's number 3, or Covington. I think he beats him. I could be wrong.
No way. No way.
You don't think
really?
He beats Colby Covington?
That's the fight. Colby Covington and Chimaev. Oh, what a great fight.
Well, he is calling him Khamzat. Yeah, that would be a great fight. But if you do that fight, the winner gets the title shot. If Khamzat wins, he gets the title shot. 100%.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a better version of Khabib. You know, he doesn't have he's not so fucking dead in the personality, and he's not wrestling guys to the ground and beating them silly every single time. It's a dude with knockout power. It's a dude who fucking take you down, man. He's exciting.
Yeah, but nobody wants to fight him. They can't sign him to a fight.
So Dana he forces it to happen.
Yeah, I guess figure you would. You got to force that shit to happen. Yeah.
Do you understand how fights are made?
No.
I don't really understand how fights are made.
I don't.
I assume Dana sits in a room and says, we want this and this, and you make an offer.
We'll give you this. I think it would be a fascinating job. Fucking a matchmaker. I think that's the title. Yeah, you're going to be the matchmaker for the UFC. I wonder what goes into that. I mean, it is fucking. Is this going? Does this gain appeal? How much do we pay? What are the circumstances? Who do we think's going to win? What happens to the other guy? What a great job.
Chimaev is the man. He is.
Well,
in terms of personality, the only other one that comes close is that fucking Irish guy, the new Conor McGregor, that Paddy dude.
Paddy the Baddy. Paddy the Baddy.
He's got the charm. He's got the stupid haircut. He's got it all.
There's two things that sells a fighter to me that truly make them epic. Is one, like a Tyson. Like you look at him, you're like, I don't want to fight that guy.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Holocaust should have been.
Fucking it's Francis Ngannou. You see him, you're like, oh, that guy would kill me. He punched me, I would die. There's no lawsuit. I am dead if that motherfucker punches me.
So that's one.
Right. And then you got Paddy the Baddy, who just looks like he's a mentally retarded. He's got that heart. Yeah, but he can fight. He's a fucking retard. He's not retarded. He's normal, and the motherfucker can fight. So yes, you get behind.
He's got charm, man. He's got that McGregor sort of, like he's got a little charm to him. Man.
I like him. And the fact that you can wear that haircut. I mean, he looks like that serial killer from No Country for Old Men.
I call it. It looks like a Chucky haircut to me.
Right.
Yeah. Like
it's a terrible look. Like we could do better. There's something else he could be doing, but he rocks
it's his
it.
signature now. It's his signature. You can't get rid of that thing,
and if you're a man and your name's Paddy, I mean,
Paddy,
you're not working with much. You might as well.
He's from Ireland. That's the only way it's excusable.
The best way, yeah. You're Irish. You go by the Baddy and you beat the shit out of people. So power to him. Power to him, man. Power to him.
Yeah, I hope he succeeds. What's going on with Ngannou, man? Why did he leave?
What do you mean leave?
Francis Ngannou, why did he leave the UFC?
He hasn't left, Dean. He's got a fight coming up against Gane, the other undefeated guy, in 2 weeks. He's got a contract dispute. He wants to go box because in boxing he's going to make 20-30 million a fight.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense.
It makes sense. So I hope it should be a good fight. I think he'll win. I think Ngannou is just the harder puncher. He's the tougher guy.
Wait, who's the other guy? I don't know the other guy.
Surreal Gane. He's undefeated. He's like 9-0. He's a jacked up Frenchman. He's likable. He's a nice guy. He looks like Ngannou. He's a little bit smaller. That's it.
Huh. Have you seen it? How does he fight? Does he have any ferocity or anything like that? Or?
More cautious. He'll go to a decision, but he always wins. He's more tactical. I think Ngannou runs through him.
So a big George St. Pierre sort of guy. Like
not that well rounded. No. We'll see. We'll see. Look, it's an undefeated cat versus Ngannou. It should be a good fight. But what was I gonna say besides that?
Yeah, I hope he makes money, man. I
hope he does make money.
I'll miss him, man, because he was talk about a specimen. Like that's what comes out of the genetic experiments in the military. That's what you would come out looking like, Francis Ngannou. Like that. What a
freak.
That's the sort of guy. Can you imagine if he was playing pro football? Like that dude would be a devastating player.
Freakish, man. Freakish shit, dude. Absolutely.
He's from Nigeria, right?
No,
that's Usman.
Usman's from Nigeria. He's from Cameroon.
Cameroon,
brother. Cameroon. Yeah.
Oh, that's the good shit, man. The other thing that we should at least mention, we have been curious about Chael Sonnen. Yeah,
that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you for reminding me. The motherfucker is never a champ. And he came close. He never was a champ in the UFC. He came close, and I admire him because it didn't phase him. He goes right into YouTube life, and he's a fucking success. He's a success. Yeah. But he has this incident. He gets arrested. These guys are hitting on his wife, and he doesn't do a video on it. And it's just so not Chael. Walk us through it, motherfucker. Tell us exactly what happened. Give us your stupid opinion. Because Chael, he's not afraid to speak his mind. I don't think he's bright. He's not dumb, but his picks are terrible. He's always wrong. His opinion, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Chael? And other times, like, yeah, I agree with you, Chael. It's like 50-50. But he doesn't. He's not ashamed to talk about anything. He doesn't talk about this. I don't understand it.
Right.
Lawyer's advice, I guess.
I guess so, but I've always admired, like, I remember this is analogous to Opie and Anthony. They love talking about personal shit online. There's this guy, Jim Norton, on the show. He's talked about every fucking sexual experience ever. The second that Opie, one of the hosts, gets into some serious controversy, he refuses to talk about it on air.
Really?
And everybody's like, you literally take everybody's private life and put it out on the air. Your co-hosts are all putting their private lives on the air, and now you're above it. Like it's one of those things where you just can't do that shit, man. You gotta face the music. Tell me what happened. Tell me what the fuck happened.
It's a good point.
And we can go from there.
It's a great point. Yeah. It was disappointing because that me and you, we were estimating how many views is that video going to get. Million.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was waiting for that response. It never came. So
And what's worse is he's still making videos. He's just not addressing it.
He pretended like it didn't happen.
That's terrible. You're like, what? You're not gonna even say anything.
Yeah, that makes any sense. I don't understand. That's so unchael. So I think this is the court case isn't resolved. Please don't talk about this. Don't go on. It's all legal shit now. It's unfortunate though.
It is unfortunate.
Right.
I tell you, man, I need more personality in UFC. I think UFC started to have like the commentators are starting to have like a lack of personality.
Well, let's start. The commentators, I'm not impressed with.
I don't like Daniel Cormier.
No,
I don't.
He got called out by what's the little fucker's name? What the fuck?
Was it Sean O'Malley? Was that
the other announcer guy that still fights?
Cruz.
Cruz, man. Yeah. Cruz called him out. He's like,
did Cruz call him out? I didn't know that.
He's like, brother, you don't do your homework. You don't watch their previous fights before you do the commentary. And Cormier was like, hey, man, you need to do that in private. You can't do that in public. And Cruz was like, I don't think so. It's just like, I'm critiquing you as a professional. You should be better. And I agree. Look, Cormier to me is kind of goofy. Never had the greatest social skills, but he could fight. He was champ, so people tolerate him. And I think he's a little bit cooler than he thinks. He's not that funny. He's not articulate. Yeah. He's okay.
So I think you nailed it. I just don't think he's cool.
He's not cool.
He's not cool.
He's like he's fat, nerdy guy that could fight. Weirdly.
Anytime I see videos like, UFC Uncensored or whatever, where they're like just showing the fighters around and they run into Daniel. He's always that guy who's too overly boisterous and like, hey, what's happening? What you doing, man? Hey, no, we're going here. What you doing? You doing this? And you just
I don't like it. I don't like him. I'd never really liked Bisping as a fighter. I thought he ducked Romero, but I think he's a pretty good host.
I was about to say, I think he's a decent commentator.
He's funny.
He'll call people out too.
He's got personality, and to his defense, he did win the title, so I'll give him that. I just didn't like how he defended his title. But as far as a commentator, I think he's solid. I like Cruz. Cruz knows his shit. People don't like Cruz, but Cruz he's seen all the fights. He jumps into commentary. He's got opinions, but I like him. There's another one I don't like. There's it's the white guy. What's his name? What's the other fighter that does it?
I don't know.
Oh man.
What did you think of Boss Rudin back in the Pride days as a commentator?
I like Boss. Boss was probably the epitome.
He's pretty good, man. I like Boss.
He's cracking jokes, man. He's cracking jokes. But Boss is a rare. Yeah. Boss has a TV personality. He was a fighter. He was a great fighter, but he's also just extroverted and he can sell anything. He sells the crowd. And he's cracking jokes. He's personable. You like him. Yeah.
It's interesting, man. I was so we were talking about some sports in my history class, and we got back to we were talking about Jack Johnson, first black boxer in America. Right on. And I got some of his radio of him, like the announcer on the radio. Man, have you ever heard a radio fight? It's fucking great, man.
No.
They're always like, all right, down he goes. Look at the sweat everywhere in the crowd. He might be dead on the floor. We don't know what's going. Like it was fat. Like you're just as excited listening to it. Commentary is important. You want to have a professional up there who knows what they're doing, who knows how to break it down. It's the best, man. It's the best. You don't want to have somebody goofy,
Well, and especially when you're going with past fighters, you got to be extremely selective with that shit. And I think that the UFC has done a very mediocre job with that.
Yeah, they got Rogan, but even Rogan, like I like him, but do I think he's elite top tier?
There, the other one I was looking at, Paul Felder, whatever. Yeah. He was the lightweight. He was a top 10 guy. He's mediocre. And the worst part about it is he thinks he's a good announcer. He's just like he was as a fighter. He's like, you're okay. That's all you are. You're nothing special. Cormier doesn't belong there. You're mediocre. Which is even worse than being. I'd rather have Cormier who's not that good than mediocre. Yeah. They need to improve that. Maybe they should get us one day.
Are there any other fights coming up, man?
Not that I'm aware of. As you can tell.
Any girls fighting? I don't think so. Not anytime soon. It feels like there's not any big fights on the horizon. Like, what's going on, man? I feel like
you got the heavyweight title. We got the heavyweight title, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So that Polish guy, he lost the Polish power.
He did.
Yeah.
He lost to the old man from Brazil.
But you know what? He had his time. He had his moment. He had his 15 minutes, Chase.
He had his 15 minutes. That man will forever be immortalized in Poland. He won. He defended his title. I mean, he's set for life. He's set for life, brother. Set for life.
Set. Polish.
Nice
power.
guy too. Likable guy.
Yeah.
Blachowicz.
He's genuine. Maybe they should get a foreign guy as a commentator. Like somebody who's got good English, but a little bit of a
yeah. That would be great. Yeah, he would be a great one. And one of my favorite scenes is when he wins the title and he lands at the Polish airport.
Oh, that's a great scene.
And they're just chanting for him, and he holds the belt up. It's like, dude, you're a fucking little tiny country in Eastern Europe. Like,
got nothing.
Fuck yes.
It's like that Lou Holtz thing where he's just like, yeah, go to Nebraska. You ain't got nothing. You're never gonna have nothing. This is it. You know?
It was truly a beautiful moment. You're so fucking happy for him. It was fucking awesome.
Oh,
right.
Well, if that's it, why don't we end it right there, Chase? That's 20
first episode of Cerveza Brothers. Knocked it out of the park. Well done.
Cerveza especial.
Adios, amigos.
Adios. Bye bye.